Welcome all to 5 Minutes with Kerusso. I'm Whitney. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me today. And if you like this video, feel free to check out our videos on Monday and make sure to subscribe and share. Today I want to talk about something that I've definitely wrestled with myself, and I think this is a very common struggle for lots of people, is the feeling of unworthiness and thinking, well, I'm not good enough to have a relationship with God or serve Him or be a part of God's community or do anything good for the sake of God. And it's very common. It's a block for a lot of people that they feel the need to get their lives together before they feel that they can really approach God. So I want to point out a lot of less than perfect people in the Bible that God chose to use and have a relationship with. David was a man after God's own heart, God's chosen person. And he committed adultery and murder all within the same story in the Bible, all within a chapter. Moses killed a man and was not a skilled speaker, and yet he was called upon to be the leader of an entire nation. Peter doubted and denied Jesus, and yet after Jesus ascended, Peter was the rock upon which the church was built. Rahab was a prostitute who smuggled spies, and yet because she stuck her neck out for God's chosen people in a really dangerous situation, she was included in the lineage of Jesus himself. And all through the Bible, we see that the people that God chooses to use for such massive roles, but even just for small roles too, all throughout, the people that God picks are the outcasts. They're the ones who have been deemed unworthy by the rest of society. Jesus, during his ministry, spends most of his free time with tax collectors and prostitutes eating dinner. That's who he chooses to spend time with, is the people that everyone else would think, why? And people even question him. Pharisees question him, why are you spending time with these people? Why? You deserve better than this. And he stops them and says, no, these are the people that need me the most. This is who I want to spend time with. And he recognizes them as worthy of time and attention and love. And the same goes for us too. God does not require perfection before being allowed to approach him. Perfection is impossible anyway. God doesn't tell us, okay, well, wash your face and change your clothes and get your life together before you come to the table. No, he invites us to the table as we are, to spend time with him and fellowship with him and have a relationship with him. All these people in the Bible that God decides to use for his ministry, a lot of them start pretty broken, but oftentimes before the end of it, we see that they've grown, they've changed. And that's one thing I love. God never is just the destination. God is the journey. And it's that journey, it's that progress. It's no matter how much progress it is, it could just be a step in the right direction. But so long as you've got that movement in the right direction, so long as you are trying to walk with God, that's the most important thing. That's better than standing still. And that's what he wants from us. He wants us to try. He wants us to take that first step with him and make as little progress, make as much progress as we can or as little progress as we can, but try, genuinely try to be with him. And I think what we find along the way, as we see with Moses wasn't a good speaker. God provided him with the person that he needed. God said, okay, what about your brother Aaron? He's a good speaker. Let him be a mouthpiece for you. If we walk with God, I think we find that God will equip us with the skills that we need and the people that we need in our life. And we see that in 2 Corinthians 3, where it says, such confidence as this is ours through Christ before God. Not that we're competent in ourselves to claim anything for ourselves, but our competence comes from God. He has made us competent as ministers of a new covenant, not of the letter, but of the Spirit. For the letter kills, but the Spirit gives life. If you ever feel unworthy or incompetent or broken or scared or angry or bitter or just insufficient to have any kind of relationship with God or do any kind of service for God, that's not true. It's so not true. You are exactly the kind of person that God loves to have a relationship with. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me today, and I'll see you next time.